What's up guys, so my name's Zachariah Lindsey. Welcome to my YouTube channel where I talk about tricking and tricking related things like making YouTube videos about tricking and also how to be a better tricker in general and tricking vlogs. So if you're into any of those kind of things, check out the rest of the channel. Also like, favorite, and subscribe and comment down below so I can like you back. You know, get the heart, get the thumbs up. Because I just learned you can like comments too, so you can like and I can heart you. So you give me 1 like, I give you 2 likes. So who's really winning? So anyways, as I was saying, today, you know what we're talking about. You can tell by the title, which is either there or there, depending on what you're watching this on. I think titles go one or the other, right? Titles, there's gotta be a title. There's somewhere out of this frame, there's a title. Anyways, today we're gonna be reviewing the Theragun G4 Pro 1 month review. So I got this about a month ago, but I uploaded the video like a week ago. So I mean, you guys just went through time with me. So for reference, this is, I'm gonna give a quick description of me so you know what's like my demographic, what I fall under as a demographic. So I'm 23 years old. I'm a tricking athlete, I guess, tricking athlete / artist, because it's a performance art. So it's like you're performing, so you're an athlete, but it's an art, so you're an artist also. Anyways, I've been training for like the last year consistently, like gotten back into it. I trained like 4 years ago for like a year, or not even a year, like 6 months, and then I went on like a 2-year hiatus because I had this little baby boy right here. Yes, you, Azariah. I'm talking about you. So anyways, I took 2 years off as a break, just like, because you know it's kind of hard to train when you have a little baby, as I am learning once again, because now I have a second child. So I mean, I have 2 children. I'm a 23-year-old with 2 children. Been tricking consistently, taking it seriously for the last years. I usually train about 5 times a week for about like 30-minute warm-up before of like running or walking. I've just recently started running. Train 5 times a week, usually about like half an hour of a warm-up, like of just like conditioning. Then I do 45 minutes of a session. Then 3 of the 5 days of the week I do strength and conditioning afterwards, where I do some calisthenic work, you know, push-ups, or not push-ups, I do dips, pull-ups, you know, that kind of stuff. Nothing super crazy. So in total I'm probably training about like 3 hours a day. So like 15 hours a week of training. Just for like a reference of like how much time I put in, so you can gauge yourself on based on like what I'm saying right now. Here's the gun. You can tell it's a Theragun G4 Pro because of the fact that it got the blue circle. That's how you know it's a pro and not just like an elite or a prime. And then if you can just tell it's not a mini because it has like, it looks like this and not like, I'll probably put picture of mini. Anyways, I shot this video earlier of me doing my daily routine, which basically I do before and after my sessions that I have for tricking. So let's go to that right now, and then he'll talk about whatever the fuck I talk about, because I don't remember what I talked about. Okay, so this is the part of the video, it's kind of like B-roll, I guess technically, where I'm just going to be recording myself doing my usual routine. So for this routine I usually do it as a warm-up before I go for my run, and then as a cool down to do after I'm done with my session outside, or after I've done my like strength and conditioning, which is just body weight and calisthenics stuff. It's just like, so I mean there probably won't be a lot of audio from now because Azariah's also down here playing and it's super late, so I mean trying not to talk super loud. I'm really far away from the camera, but what I usually use is this is the dampener, so it's the larger ball tip basically, and I use that for my warm-up, which is really good for warming up, because really it's just like the move you guys say. It's good for it's like a shotgun, so it just gets everywhere. So it's like not pinpoint though, but it's like a shotgun, it gets everywhere. So but then for my cool down I like to use the ball because it gets deeper, and then the dampener does, because you can see the difference. You can see the difference in size. But anyways, from here on out I'm basically just going to do my routine. So I usually I do it as a cool down before I do my stretching, because it really helps with flexibility if you do it beforehand. So I just use the ball tip for like from like shoulders down, and then I only use the dampener for my neck, like my traps and my neck, just because it's like if you use like the ball or anything smaller, like more pinpoint on like your neck, I don't know about you, but like I feel the rattling in my brain. So yeah, we use the dampener still. And then there's like some place that's really sore, then I use the thumb. Oh, we're kind of already getting into the review, but I mean we'll get more into the review afterwards, because I really just gotta finish this. Sad thing though, update, my cone, I don't know if you guys can see that, it fucking broke. My cone got a little fucked up. After it was like after the first week of using it, I just put it out, used it on my feet, and it fucking broke. I haven't used this, I'm gonna be honest, I haven't used this a lot.
And then the super soft I only use on people who are fresh shit and like it's like kind of sore. You know what I mean? It's pretty intense if you're not used to it. But anyways, yeah, I only use this. It's like I bring out the thumb when I'm like serious. I'm just like, wow, I got really fucked up today. I need to use the thumb. But generally speaking, I mainly just focus on these two. Don't flip you guys off. The standard ball and then the dampener for like warm ups, just because it's less intense, especially when you're just trying to get warmed up. But I mean, when you're cooling down, it's like you kind of gotta get in there to like really get some blood flowing. So yeah, the rest of this is probably gonna not have audio, as well as really loud, and I know that's like when I'm editing, that's really not the best. But I mean, I don't know, like I can't do much with him. Also, I already used it before, so it's like, just imagine doing this times 2, like doing this entire routine times 2, and that's about the battery life of a single battery. Because right now it's at like, if you look at it closely, you can see it's like at half. But that's also me doing it at 24 and keeping the pressure gauge in like usually like the 2 to 3 point. Because I know that the speed you do it at and the pressure you apply also affects the battery life of it. And plus, it's like, this is just the audio of it playing. You see it right next to the microphone. And then here's it when it's like actually goes pressure to the battery. And that's it for now, and then the rest of it will probably be me talking afterwards with a shirt on.
So why I got the Theragun G4 Pro, basically, I originally wanted the Tim Tam. So like, I mean, it was kind of cheaper, but I mean, with all the extra stuff that you get with the G4 Pro, it wasn't really that much cheaper. It was like maybe like 50 to $75 cheaper. But then they don't ship to Hawaii, so then I had to get the Theragun as my second option. Like, it came in as my second option, so at least I got my second option. Some people don't even get an option, you know what I mean? Anyways, I'm completely getting distracted. Let's get back onto the topic. Basically, I got it because I know, or because I'm too cheap just keep constantly getting massages from like professional people who actually know what they're doing. So I was just like, you know, if I get a massage gun, I can beat the shit out of myself by myself. I don't need someone else to beat the shit out of me. If you think about it, okay, this is $600. Not cheap, pretty expensive. But say you're getting a massage, which is what, like the school by me, they charge $40 an hour for like student massages, so not even like licensed masseuses doing their thing. It's just students. But I mean, like I say they're like about 80% as good as the licensed people. Anyways, so that's like 600 divided by 40. What is that? 2 plus 2, quick math. So okay, so for the price of this gun, I could get a student massage for 15 hours, which I mean, what would that be? That would be like 15 months, or I mean, depending on how frequently you massage yourself. Could be 15 months, could be 15 weeks. I mean, I feel like almost doing any more than that is not healthy for you in general. This is like, so 15 hours of like student massaging. If you get it done by like the professional masseuses, like 7.5 hours, because they charge $80 an hour for them. And then, you know, that's not including tip, because you don't want to be that guy that doesn't tip your masseuse. That's fucked up, guys. Don't do that. Tip your people. Especially if you're in America, tip your people. If you're in like not America, then do whatever is culturally acceptable in your country. But like, if you're in America, tip your fucking people. Don't be telling me your body ain't fucking nasty. You know your body's pretty nasty. You should know your body's pretty nasty. No one want to be touching your body. Ain't nobody want to be touching your body. Not even, I mean, if you have a partner, then I guess they want to touch your body, but not even my partner want to touch my body. Yeah, no one want to touch your body, so you tip those people. I mean, I understand they're getting paid, but I mean, they put many hours of touching nasty ass bodies into that. You tip your person, man. Anyway, so it's like, you think about it that way, 15 hours, I can tell you for a fact right now, in this last month, I've already used this more than 15 hours. I definitely used this more than 7.5 hours. I'd say I do about like 15 minutes as a warm-up and 15 minutes as a cool-down, usually. So that's 30 minutes a day. And for like 30 days, that's already like lots of numbers. That's like 900 minutes. What is 900 minutes? No, it's not even right? 30 times 30. No, that is 900. That's 900 minutes. Then what is that in hours? That's already like 10. That's 15 hours, bro. 30 minutes a day is already 15 hours. 15, 30, same, half. This is already, like, in the first month, it's already paid off. Because I know for the fact, before that, I was even, like, before I got on this, like, kind of 15 minutes, I was still learning it and playing with it. I know for a fact I was playing with it way more before. And I've been using it on other people, too, so it's like, and it's portable. It's like, you can't be bringing around your masseuse everywhere. So it's like, I mean, it's like that 80-20 rule. I'm a real strong proprietor of the 80-20 rule. So this is like 80% of the work, like 80% of the results for like 20% of the work. This, you don't need to be you don't need no shit. You can just be like, go where it hurts and you'll probably start feeling better eventually. I used to have like a super tight quadricep that was causing me knee pain. After working on it for like 2 weeks and just stretching and just keep just annihilating this shit, it eventually loosened up enough so it doesn't hurt now. It went from like being consistently sore to now it's like if I push it too hard then it's sore. But I mean, if I just know my limits and stop at the right time, it's not that sore. Anyways, that's my part where like, is it worth it? That's your answer right there. It's probably like 10 minutes worth of talking, but I mean, you know, it's worth it. In my opinion, it's worth it. Any massage gun you get, probably worth it. This one in particular, we'll talk about the benefits that put it above the rest. So first one, like travel distance. So the amount it goes, this is 16 millimeters, which I mean, doesn't sound a lot, but I mean, if you had 16 millimeters of extra, you know what, you'd be pretty stoked. That's a decent amount. That's a significant amount. So this is 16 millimeters. The industry standard is, I think, 12. Some only go 8. So I mean, this is like probably second to Tim Tam, which their Pro goes 20 millimeters. But I mean, their power massager, just their regular one, their V2, I guess technically, it goes the same distance. So it's like that's an important. I feel like that's an important factor. I've never used any other massage gun for reference, but I mean, this, like the distance it travels, lots of people say that's a pretty important factor. Also the speed. This is, I think this goes up to 2,400 beats per minute, which is really fast, especially because you gotta think, the farther it has to travel, the faster it actually like travel to go like this. Like, you know this thing I'm talking about, this. The farther it has to travel to do that, the faster it has to actually move to keep doing the same amount of beats per minute as other things that are traveling less of a distance. So I mean, you can tell it's powerful. Like, just like listen to this sound. That's significantly softer than like other versions of this gun, like the G4, the G2 especially. The G2 sounds like a fucking power drill going directly into your brain. That's how loud it sounds. This is like pretty quiet in comparison. Like, I mean, you can't do it with people sleeping in the room, they'll definitely wake up. But you can do it in the room next to it and they won't wake up. Especially if you have like cement floors and not like a stilted house, so that you can like, because if you're getting your feet on the ground, it makes a lot of noise because you're just transferring all the energy into the floor. Point one, it's got more distance, it's really powerful. It also has a 60-pound stall force. This thing has a 60-pound stall force, which is, for reference, like probably like a 5-year-old in terms of weight. So it's like a 5-year-old has to be standing on top of it to stop it. Because my son, he's 3 years old. He's pretty thick. He's a pretty girthy boy. He's 40 pounds. Why? He's 40 pounds. And if he can't, like, he could stand on top of this theoretically and not, like, this is 60 pounds. This is like significantly higher. Like, I mean, it's not the highest, because I'm pretty sure that still goes to the Power Massager Pro. Or not Power Massager Pro from Tim Tam. It's like the Power Massager. That has an 80-pound stall force. So then that's like the highest. But this is like the second highest. This is significantly above like the industry standard. The industry standard is around like 35 pounds. 35 to 40 pounds. So it's like 50% higher. Or if you want to work it backwards, they do about 66% as much as this does. In practical use, I have yet to be able to actually stall it out. I go pretty hard. Like, I go pretty deep to the point where it's fairly sore to me. And I have never stalled it out. Like, the most, so if you look, I wish the pressure gauge would work without it being on, but it has to be on. So I'm just going to show you the pressure gauge, and like, I'll show you how hard I have to, I have to push for it to be fucking, I don't even know if I can actually stop it by myself. We'll do it on the lowest setting just so I have the best chance of actually being able to stop it.
Daddy! Wait! Daddy!
Ugh, I can't even stop it. Like, look at that. That's me pushing my hardest and I can't stop it. I mean, that is me using my little pectoral muscles. It's not me doing like full weight down, but I mean, I can't stop it doing this. If I can't stop it doing this, you're probably not gonna stop it like accidentally, unless like you're really trying to like, I don't like, unless you're like 400 pounds of just sheer grass-fed beef. You're probably going to be able to get in as deep as you want to get in without it stalling out. Like, the only time I've ever actually been even close enough to almost getting it stall out is when I'm like pushing with my foot on the ground like this, just with like all my weight on it, and then even at that, it's like, that's not even really getting into it because it's like my foot, so it's like it doesn't weigh that much. So if I'm like pushing down into it, it kind of just goes into the floor and then bounces off, you know what I mean? It's like it's transferring energy through my foot to the floor more than it is actually going to my foot. So it's like, that's like the hardest thing I can do too, is like my feet. It's like the thing I can go like, everything else is like 2 to 3 bars. So it's like, let's say, I think it maxes out at 5. Anyways, the closest I've even, like the most I've actually done on like anything besides like my feet is like 2 or 3 bars, which is like half of it. So it's like I'm probably using about 30 pounds of force, realistically 35 pounds of force on like my quads, my back, my chesticles, my arms, my shoulders, these things, my hands. In practical use, the closest I get is like 3, maybe 4 bars, and that's like if I'm really going in. So it's like I'm not even close to being able to stall out. For reference, I'm not a girthy boy by the video. You can tell I'm not a girthy boy. Like I'm 170, 5'11". That's my specs right there. Probably about like 20% body fat if I'm being real. I'm not the girthiest of boys, but I mean, I got some knots from like tricks. Tricks give you knots. If you know, you know. Also, another thing, it has an adjustable arm, which the cheaper ones usually don't have. So it goes, this is it at its maximum height, kind of like a perfect 90 to like basically, it's like a stick at this point. You just go like, and then there's like, I think it has 4. So 1, 2, so it was 1, 2, 3. I usually use it in this position just because it's the most convenient, because this is the position it's supposed to be in to fit into the case. So I just usually leave this because I just leave it in the case as like a holding place for it. Because if you have children, you know, especially if you have like a 3-year-old, you know they're gonna be getting into this shit and be trying to like massage the cat or something. I don't know, do something dangerous with it. They're just reckless. They ain't the safest peoples. We all know this to be true. I usually just leave it in here. I mean, sometimes, like, especially for getting the backs of your legs, I feel like it's very good to have it in this position. But I usually just, out of convenience, because I'm like, basically convenience is like one of my most important things. Like that I prioritize in like choosing devices and like making my schedule. Basically, it's just, is it convenient? It was like, if it's not convenient enough that I won't do it every day, it's like, it's almost very like, it's like, I don't want to say useless, but it's basically useless to me if it's not convenient enough that I'll use it every day. It's like this, like if I'm really going deep on the back of my legs or like my back even, then I'll use this. But it's like for just daily use, I usually just leave it here. But I mean, if you want to get the deep set, like it's there. That's a thing. It does help, but it's not helpful enough that I'll do it every day. Like, cause like you can still do it while it's running. Like you can still adjust it while it's running, but it's just, I don't know. It's just, I feel like it is beneficial because you can apply more pressure with it, but I don't feel like it's beneficial enough that I actually do it just because I'm lazy. But that's just me being lazy. So there is I'd say it's about like a 5% more force at least. Also, one key tip, pro tip right here. Say this is your muscle. You want it to be perfectly, like, ideally perpendicular with the motion. So the motion is directly going like a 90-degree angle basically. So you just want this. You don't want like this isn't ideal, this isn't ideal, this isn't ideal. You want like perfectly directly on the thing. That's like the most ideal for applying force. It's like I feel like it's significantly less effective if you don't do it like, if you don't try and be perpendicular. I mean, given there is some wiggle room, but ideally you want to be perpendicular to like the muscle. You don't want to be, you can be like this off, but you don't want to be like this off or this off or this off or this off. You want to be like, goal ideally this.
Try and do it over pants, like these shorts in specific. Like if you do it over someplace with a pocket, it's definitely gonna get caught. Like the ball just gets caught in the pocket and then it feels really fucking weird. So it's like, don't wear loose clothes. But also another thing is, don't be sweaty. Don't do it on like sweaty bare skin or like kind of sticky bare skin, because it just feels like you're rubbing like your skin off. Because it's just doing at 2400 beats per minute, just rubbing on your sticky skin, because the ball's not the best, like not the least friction thing, the least abrasive thing. But I mean, it's not bad if you have like, it's really good if you have like compression clothes on, because then it just feels like nothing basically. It really gets rid of like the rubbing. Because like the first time I tried it without a shirt on, after I've been training, in my 1 month of playing with this, like using it twice a day, I have yet to find an effective way to get my upper back by myself. It's like, to get my upper back, I've yet to find an effective way to like get my upper back by myself without someone else helping me. It's like, if you guys know, please leave in the comment section below.
So since the big Canon camera debacle recently of their cameras overheating, I've decided to talk about overheating on this thing, because I mean, it's all electronic. It can overheat theoretically. Any electronic can overheat, right? So this has never overheated on me. Like I've never had to stop it because it overheated. I never had to do take out the battery, let it cool down. It's gotten warm to the touch, but it's never gotten hot enough where it's like it scares me that it might malfunction or that it might catch on fire or anything. But like when it does get warm, it like you can like it starts to give off like a smell of like brush power tools, like not like brushless, like you know the brush power tools motor smell. Because I don't think this is a brushless motor, because it might actually be. I don't know. Let's go look. Let's Google it right now. Okay, we're back. So I just Googled the type of, let's see, Theragun G4 type of motor and Theragun G4. Let's see if it actually says on the website. It does have a brushless motor, so it is. That's what I'm smelling is brushless motor smell. With a 60-pound stall force, 27 kilograms for you people who are in the metric system and are not American. Because basically everyone else uses not the imperial system, except for maybe like the UK. It also states over here it offers up to 150 minutes of use. I'd say no. 150, I'd say really, okay. I do understand it's drastically affected by, your applied force. So how much like you're actually like pushing into it and the speed you're running at. I run at maximum speed. So I only run at maximum speed unless I'm whatchamacalls. Unless I'm like letting someone else sample, then I put it at like a lower speed because it's kind of a break, like it's kind of intense if it's like your first time, you know what I mean? But I run it at like maximum speed, 2400 beats per minute consistently. If you're gonna fucking if you're gonna ride a bull, you might as well if you're gonna ride a bull, you might as well ride the biggest bull, right? Straight from the beginning. It's like if you're gonna if you're gonna try and do something, you do it to the best of its ability. So we start at 2400 beats per minute and we stay there and we just do it that every day and everything, even the ones that are super sore and I'm like, I might want to turn this down. No, you deal with that. It's like your fault. You fucked up your muscle. You gotta you deal with this pain now. In my personal experience, running it at 24 beats per minute consistently with 2 to 3 bars, so like about like half maximum pressure based on the pressure sensor, I'd say you get about 45 minutes per battery. The battery gets hotter, and then as batteries start to heat up, they get less efficient at like transferring electricity. So then, especially lithium-ion batteries, so they don't like to be too hard. Like they want like a specific temperature to be at. So if it's not there, they ain't about it. So I'd say if you're running it consistently at 24 beats per minute and you're doing like 2 or 3, you probably get about like 45 minutes. If you stop and like you break it up into sessions, you maybe get 50 minutes. Like I'd say 45 minutes is what you should expect. And then it's like, to be conservative, 45 minutes per battery. The batteries charge up fast enough where if you're using one and consistently, I don't think you can actually, as long as you're charging the other one while you're using this one, it's like while you're using the one in the gun, I don't think you can actually ever like run out of battery basically. While one's dying, the other one's charging, so it charges faster than this one's dying basically is what I'm trying to say. Okay, so I just remembered we need to do the app. So this is the section we're going to do the app before we do the complete roundup review part. So me in editing, don't be fucking lazy. Put this before there because you know it looks fucking stupid. Okay, so this is what the Theragun app looks. It's called Therabody also. So it has a bunch of routines. I'd say it's really good for a beginner who's just bought it and doesn't know how to use a massage gun yet. But it's like I'd say after like the first week, I didn't use the app at all. Just because it's like, I'd say it's really beginner kind of cookie cutter, but it's not. The best way to use the gun, in my opinion, is to just go sweeping over your body and find what hurts. And then you just stick on that thing that hurts and you just try and work that thing out till it doesn't hurt no more. And that's like the best way to use this gun, in my opinion. If you're a beginner and you really don't know what you're doing and you want some kind of guidance, this app is very useful. So there's basically all these, it breaks down into these categories. It's like, I'd say they use a lot of the same routines in different like routines that they give you. So there's activities, there's a few. I mean, nothing's really, I don't know if they've been adding to it, because after the first week, I kind of was just like, it doesn't provide anything for me that I don't already remember, because it's like, you get pretty used to it. So here's basically all the body parts, and then let's click on tricep. So like, as I was saying, basically, like a lot of routines only provide you with one, like, I don't know if it's like, it's like a motion, I guess. It's not an exercise. But then certain ones, like, let's just try and find something that's more complicated. Usually the activities will provide you with more. So recovery, this is one of the ones I liked. So it gives you a bunch of body parts, and it tells you the duration, and it will like, it's kind of useful because it will set the speed also, and it will also tell you what tip to use, and like kind of what sweeping motion to go in. Like for example, your pec would probably be like A to B, and then you just do this back and forth for the duration. It also is a timer, but one of the downsides is it doesn't notify you when you're supposed to change body parts. It just like expects you to be watching the phone, when it's like, how am I supposed to be watching the phone while I'm looking at my body part to make sure I'm doing the part I'm supposed to be doing? That's one of the things they could improve on in the app, is like do like a little ding or something. I don't know. You're paying $600 for the thing, and I'm assuming they're like counting the app as like a service they're providing for this price point, which is like, I'm pretty sure this is the most expensive massage gun that they have. Like that's like still consumer grade, and not like super crazy professional athlete with like craziness. Like I mean, they do use these for professional athletes also, so it doesn't go into super like, I don't know if this is just basically within the app. It doesn't cover like every body part. There's still like body parts that aren't being covered. Like there's some body parts that still aren't being covered, like, or not body parts, but like muscles. There's muscles that aren't being covered. Like for example, like your thigh, like I guess your quad technically. Your quad. This is the only thing they suggest for your quad. We're gonna stand up on this chair so we can like show you. Just go from A to B and just do that. And it's like, that's not good. That's not getting this part of your quad. It's not getting this part, which was like the real reason like I was getting knee pain. It's like, if you ever get knee pain, like, and it's not like, your knee is still structurally sound, like it's not like a ligament or something, it's probably your quad is just tight. And the thing that really helped me was just getting in here, getting all of this, like getting all of this, getting a little bit of this, and it's like that. They don't say that in the app, but that's on a video I watched, and it helped me a lot. So it's like, it's really good for introduction, but it's like once you go more in depth, it's lacking depth basically. If you want to learn more about like a better, like more effective ways to use the gun, it's very generalized basically. It's not like super focused in. It's like for the average person to like be able to use it, but it's not for like, if you want to like learn more about it, you should go check out other YouTube videos. Just basically like check out their YouTube channel. Even that's where I learned like, oh dude, that's where I learned the quad thing. And it's not in their app. I don't know why. It's on their YouTube channel. I mean, I think they sponsored a video by another creator to like, so they paid the creator to make the video, and then they've uploaded it onto their channel. But I mean, it's on their channel, so why aren't they using it in their app is what I'm trying to get at. As a starting point, it's very good, but not, like once you get past your first week like me, it's like, you kind of remember every single thing. So it's like, if you just want to do your whole body every single day, you can, because just off of memory, you don't need to really use it. Because plus, since it doesn't even like notify you when you should be changing it, so it's like basically for me, it was good. Like it was a good introduction, but it's like going to school for like a career. It's like you generally know what you have to do, but then you learn like the finer points through actual experience, like job experience, basically. Anyways, in conclusion, let's just round up this conclusion. Basically, is the Pro worth it in comparison to the other ones? What do you get with the Pro? The Pro, you get an extra 20 to 30 pounds of stall force, depending on if you get the Prime or the Elite. You also get a faster beats per minute, up to 2400. You get the OLED screen, which I don't think you get on the lower version ones. Ultimately, in review, Theragun Pro, if I didn't own it and I had all this information and experience, I would buy it again for $600. But that's me. I generally, like, I have a very heavy priority on like trying to be like a optimal athlete. So it's like, if you're not, I mean, it also did get rid of my knee pain, which is fucking crazy in my opinion. It's like I didn't have to go to like a masseuse every week to get it fixed. It's just, I just take this gun and I just ba 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 it every single day, and now it just doesn't hurt. Unless I'm like, you know what I mean? Unless you're like going extra hard and you push it to its limit, then of course it's gonna hurt. But then that's when you just like, it's like when like the weakest link is still gonna be the weakest link, and it's gonna cause a chain to break, right? In like complete review mode, towards like really round up, it's like, if you're like an athlete, I'd say get it. Or like if you're like, and like if you have like if you feel like you're not recovering enough, this is definitely a major factor in improving recovery speed. It's kind of weird because it's like when you do this every day, you start to find like things that hurt. It's like if you keep doing it and you stick on it for a week, it stops hurting after a while. It's kind of weird. It's like unless it's like you have a serious injury. If it's just muscle tightness, because like things will start to hurt if your muscles are just tightening or not loose enough. But then other things will hurt if you actually like if you injure it, then they're still gonna hurt even if after you try and loosen them up. But basically, a lot of problems can be solved by just loosening up certain muscles that are tight, or a lot of problems are caused by muscles being tight, and this is the solution to that. This is one of the solutions. There's also a professional masseuse, which is like this is the 20% of the effort for 80% of the results. Professional masseuse, like sports massage person, that's like going that extra 80% to get that full 100% results. You know what I mean? This will get you 80% of the way there. And it's about like, if I use this for another month, I'm already, it's like, right now it's worth it for me because it's like, the amount I've used it is like equal to the amount of time that it's been. I'm really sorry Azariah's making noise. Like guys, like I tried to make him be quiet. It did not work. We're just like, but I'm just kind of like, I'm very ADHD about things, so it's like, I have to focus, like if I'm not, once I'm focusing on something, everything else kind of stops existing, so I don't hear him anymore, especially since he's my kid, so I'm just used to make a quality video. And I just always forget that he's making noise because I'm just used to existing in his noise. If you're an athlete and you feel like you could improve on your recovery, this will drastically improve your recovery. If you're like, I mean, also, if you just have money to spend, fuck yeah, I'd spend money. If I had extra money to spend and I was just like, you know, I have $600 I don't really especially need. It's like, this will make you feel better? Fuck yeah. I feel like this could be applied to everyone. Everyone has aches and pains. I mean, it's like, especially if you're not an athlete, then you definitely get aches and pains because you don't stretch every day. Like, why would you, like, let's be real. If I wasn't trying to be like a professional athlete technically, because I'm trying to be like an instructor, so which is like kind of like a professional athlete. Because I mean, I'm doing it professionally, I'm getting paid to do it. So if I wasn't trying to be a professional athlete, I wouldn't fucking stretch every day. Would I do this every day? I probably would, because this actually feels kind of nice. Like, it's like, in the moment it's sore, but then afterwards, like, you get that relief of like, oh, that was definitely something I needed. It's like regular, it's like massage. It's a massage gun. That's what it's for. I'm so sorry that I can't get rid of this child from this video. Like, if it irritates you, I'm sorry. I'm trying my best. But like, it's like, I feel like it'd be better if he actually made words too. But he doesn't use a lot of words. He just kind of, and he's not very like, his pronunciation isn't very good yet, so I'm sorry. Like, I'm trying really hard. But anyways, that's the review basically. I don't know what I'm saying at this point. I've already got like 45 minutes of footage. This is way too much. If you like the video, you want more, subscribe, like, comment. Comment down below saying what video I should do next, because I'm kind of running out of ideas. I'm switching to, if you made it this far, I'm telling you guys, because you guys are probably going to watch my next videos, I'm switching to like 2 videos a week, because this every other day thing was working for a little while, but like now that I've run, like when I had backlog footage, but now that I have to like film and then edit, and like, you know what I mean, it's like I've caught up with like my backlogged footage. Now, like, editing is way easier than doing the filming part now. Especially with Azariah and my, like, or if you guys really like my content, if you guys really like my content, share the shit out of it. Get a bunch of people watching it. Make it worth it to my girlfriend to take this child away from me to make this video better by having dedicated time to it. Because right now, she don't give a fuck about these videos. She care less, guys. So if you guys like it, like the video, comment down below, telling me what kind of video you want me to make next. I'm kind of running out of ideas. Trying really hard not to, though. I mean, I've got a few. I've got probably about like, I can probably come up with like the next month because I'm not working. So I mean, also we need a thumbnail. Let's get this in here. Yeah, it needs to be like this. Ooh, we should probably clean this off. Okay, let's like, change it so it's like. White, yeah, white. Yep. Okay, we gotta
Get the Theragun. We'll get the Theragun down there. My head over here. And then we'll insert worth it. Is it worth it? Right over there. And then we'll go like...
Daddy. My name.
We'll pull from the Think Media guy.
Oh,
Sean Cannell. Gotta bring my face closer. And like, there, gone farther back, so like, because I know faces matter in thumbnails, guys.
Daddy, wait up.
Okay. Anyways, that's like my entire routine. In the rest of the video, explaining the rest of my points because I have a lot more points to talk about. Well, let's see what I actually have. I don't know if this editing is kind of funky. You know why. Also, if you haven't checked it out yet, check out the iPad Pro 1 week review, and then the Magic Keyboard unboxing because that's doing pretty good right now. I don't know why. But one more thing, I like I don't know if you can tell because I was kind of warm before, but now I'm like, it's like it really improves your blood flow and makes you very warm when you're like after you're done.
Okay, yeah, we're good. Okay, what's up, guys? So we're back again with another exciting episode of Zach doing things that isn't tricking, and we're gonna be doing a review on the Theragun G4 Pro today, right here. Oh no, Zachariah heard me.